How to solve a systems of equation word problem that has boat speed and current. Alright, so I'll start us off by reading the problem. A boat took a round trip up a river. The river current was 3 kilometers per hour. It took 14 hours to go upstream and 8 hours to go downstream. Find the speed of the boat. Two things we should assume. Okay, one is, since it says round trip, assume that going and coming was the exact same distance, okay? And this is the case for most problems that have a distance. Second thing we should assume is that the speed of the boat was the same going up and downstream, right? It might be altered by other things in real life, but just assume that it's constant. Alright, so now we can get started. So the first thing we have to do is convert the problem into two expressions. And we're going to make them equal to each other because the distance was the same. The distance going up there and the distance going back was the same. Okay? And you'll see what I'm talking about. So let's first recall that distance is equal to rate times time. And rate is just another word for speed. Okay? So distance 1, or the distance going upstream, okay, is equivalent to the speed times the time. Well, the time they give us is 14 hours. Okay, and I'm going to put speed of the boat minus 3. And I put minus 3 because it was going against the current. Remember, and the current speed was 3 kilometers per hour. Okay, now, the second distance is the speed of the boat plus 3, right? So this rate right here is plus 3 because it's going with the current. And you multiply times 8 because that's the time it took. Okay? Alrighty. Now remember, like I said before, the distance 1 is equal to distance 2 because it was a round trip. So this can be equal to this. So that's what this is equal to. Okay, now to make it a little bit more compact, I just said speed instead of speed of boat. Right? That's all I did here. And I got rid of the multiplication symbols. Alrighty. Now we solve for the speed. Okay. So I use the distributive property here. 14 times speed, 14 times negative 3. This is what we get here. 8 times speed, 8 times 3 here. Okay. Alright, then I subtracted 8s from both sides. 6s. Added 42 to both sides. Got 66. So the speed was 11. Okay, now lastly, we need to add the units. So going back to the beginning, okay, remember our time was in hours here, and our time was in hours here, so that's good. So this was kilometers per hour. Okay, don't forget to add units when you have word problems. Okay, and that completes our problem right there.